All right, welcome to lesson 73, keyboarding 8. We're going to format and print worksheets. So it says to preview and print a worksheet is one of our learning outcomes. Also set margins and page orientation. Center worksheets horizontally and vertically. Select a range. Format worksheets and cell content and create a worksheet. So for 73A, preview and print a worksheet. Worksheets can be previewed so you can see how the worksheet will look when printed. As shown in figure 11.5, you can display a page of a worksheet by using the print preview feature that displays when print screen is accessed via the print preview path at the left. If you want to enlarge the worksheet, click the zoom to page icon at the lower right corner. If you want to display the margins, which are down here, you should see this, click the show margins icon at the lower right corner. After previewing the worksheet, you can return to it to make additional changes, or if no changes are needed, you can print using the print path at the left. So we are going to open up our data files. Let's go here, go to data files, and we need to find 73A worksheet, which is right here. And it says to follow the print preview path to preview it. So we're going to go to the file, print icon, and it says, so right now what you can see right here is the preview of what this sheet would look like printed. It says to return to the worksheet and change cell B7 to 70. So we're going to click the back arrow and we're going to find cell B7 and we're going to change it to 70. Okay, notice that when we changed this, it actually changed our cell H7. We'll learn more about formulas later on. Then it says to follow the print path to print the worksheet. Okay, so when you print, you would go to File, Print, and then you would click the Print button. We are not going to print this worksheet, however. We should just save it. So I'm going to go to Save As, choose my Chapter 11, and I'm going to save this as 73A worksheet. Okay, and then it says to close the file. All right, on to 73B. Margins and page orientations. It says the margin feature can be used to change the amount of white space between the top, bottom, left, and right edges of worksheets. The default setting is typically 0.7 inches for the left and right margins and 0.75 for the top and bottom margins. Other frequently used margins can be selected or custom margins can be set. See figure 11.6. Oops, I should put that on there. For the Margins tab in the Page Setup dialog box that displays the custom margins is selected. The path at the left can be used to change the margins. As in Word, the default page orientation for Excel is Portrait, which prints vertically on an 8.5 by 11 paper. Landscape orientation can be selected and will vertically on 11 by 8.5 paper will print. The path at the left is used to set page orientation. See figure 11.7. We're going to open up DF73 workbook again, or worksheet. And it says to change the page orientation to landscape. So to do that, we're going to go to Page Layout, Orientation, and we're going to select the landscape. Doesn't look like anything happens, and that's okay. We're going to change the margins to 2 inches. So I'm going to go to Margins button, and we're going to click on custom margins. Okay, and it says key 2 inches in the top, bottom, left, and right margin boxes. So the quickest way to do this, I believe, is to just select each of these and type 2. Do not mess with the header and footer box, and then we'll click OK. It says to preview the worksheet and then print it without making additional changes. So we're going to go to File, Print to preview our worksheet. Here we can say that our orientation has been changed and our margins have also been altered. So it should look different than what it did before. Save the workbook as 73B. So we're not printing, we're just going to save it. But we are going to change the name to 73B Worksheet. Okay, but do not close it, it says. Next, we are going to center our worksheet. Alright, so worksheets like tables in Word can be centered horizontally and or vertically to make them more attractive when printing. If needed, open 73B worksheet, which we already have open. Change margins to normal and the page orientation to portrait. So we're going to choose margins and we're going to select normal, and page orientation we're going to select portrait. It says to follow the path at the left to access the page setup dialog box and then check horizontally and vertically under center on page. So we're going to be in the page layout tab, and it says to click page setup. So we're going to click on the page setup launcher right here, and we're going to choose margins, and where it says these check boxes center on page, we're going to choose horizontally and vertically. Okay, and then click OK. Says to preview the worksheet. So to preview the worksheet, we're going to go to File, Print, so we can see what it will look like. It says note, you can click the print preview box at the bottom of the page setup dialog box to go directly to the same print preview area pane that is displayed when you select print on the File tab. Save the workbook as 73C worksheet. So we're going to save as, choose this, and we're going to change it to 73 worksheet and close it. Alrighty. So we can close out of this one. Alright, selecting a range of cells. 73D. A range of cells may be selected to perform an operation: move, cut, copy, clear, format, print, etc. on more than one cell at a time. A range is identified by the cell in the upper left corner and the cell in the lower right corner, usually separated by a colon. For example, B4 to C10, or this range, which is selected on our screen here, which is B3 to D7. So a range is from corner to corner. Alright, so to select a range of cells, highlight the cell in the upper left corner of the range and hold down the left mouse button and drag to the cell at the lower right corner of the range. Once the range has been selected, release the mouse button and perform the desired operation to format cell content in much the same way as text is formatted in word processing document. To select a range of cells, click a cell out. To deselect a range of cells, click a cell outside the range. So it says to open DF73D range, which is this one. And it says to use the features from the font group to make the following changes. So first, we're going to select cell A1 through D1, which is right here. So white plus sign is what we want to see. I don't want to see the four-sided arrow, the black plus sign, or the two-sided arrow. White plus sign, click and hold the left mouse button and drag until you get to D1 and release. Okay, and we're going to apply the bold formatting. Then it says to select cell A2 through D5. And we're going to change the font color to red. So here's red. I'm going to click the red button. And then it says to select the range of A6 through D7. And we're going to style it italicized. Then cell A8 through D9, and we are going to use a yellow fill. So we're going to shade it yellow. Okay, so that is all about selecting ranges. So you just basically click, hold down, and you drag your mouse. Okay, save this workbook as, in our chapter 11 folder, 73D range. Okay, save and close. Next we are on to 73E, which is about formatting worksheets and cell content. Okay. Worksheets that you create for your own use can be very informal. You may enter data quickly and think little about the format. However, worksheets that will be attached to reports or letters or shared with others should be formatted carefully. The worksheet you present data in a format that is easy to read. Follow these general guidelines for worksheet appearance. So a worksheet title describes the content of the worksheet, and column headings appear at the top of a column and describe the data in columns. Okay, it says key in cells using default font unless otherwise directed. Data in cells can be aligned left, right, centered. Usually numbers are aligned right and words are aligned left or centered. It says to center worksheet data horizontally on the page and center worksheet data vertically on a page with a 2-inch top margin. Alright, so for 73E, we're going to open up 73E format. Okay, which looks like this. And it says to position the pointer over each of the features in the alignment and number groups. So up here in the alignment groups, we have top align, center, middle align, and bottom align, left align, center, and right align. We have text wrap and merge and center right here, and then there also are number formatting features over here on the side. So step 3 says to key the following data in the cell range A9 through C12. So I'm going to highlight A9 through C12, and we're going to add in some more info. So Rhonda, tab 74, tab 68, tab. Sandy, tab 64, tab 68, tab. Tom, tab 54, tab 58. And Vera, 61, tab 70. Okay. Notice that as we entered those in, this percent change was added. That's because there is a formula in these cells. Okay, so it says to select the range A2 through D2. Right, like this. And it says that we're going to use the text wrap. So we're going to click Wrap Text. And we're going to middle align as well as center align the text in the alignment group. And we're going to bold it in the font group to format the column headings. So these right here are column headings. Then it says we're going to select the range B3 through C12. And we're going to use the accounting number format button, and we're going to click the decrease decimal button twice. So we're going to use decrease decimal, which is right here. I'm going to click on that twice. We get rid of those decimal places. Then it says to select the range D3 through D12. And we're going to click on the percent style button. And we're going to use the increase decimal button. I'm going to click on that once to display one decimal place. Then it says to key in all caps, cookie sales report. Okay, because we didn't really know what this was all about until after we have our title. And we're going to select the range A1 through D1, and we're going to click on the merge and center. So this makes all of these cells one big cell, and it centers it. We're going to bold, and we're going to increase the font size to 14. It says to center the worksheet horizontally and vertically on the page and then preview it. So let's go to page layout. We'll click on page setup launcher, go to the margins tab, click both of the center vertically and horizontally, and then we can click print preview right here to preview our report. And we're going to click save as in our chapter 11 folder, 73E, format, save and close the document. Alright, I'm going to close out of this one. And next it says that we are going to create a worksheet in 73A. Okay, so for this part, 73F, I'm going to have you guys do this part on your own. Good luck, and when you're done, please make sure that you are turning your work into Schoology.